Victim advocates have a really unique role in this world. In my view, they're heroes because they're willing to meet people on the worst days of their lives. And they absorb so much pain and trauma by doing so. Although my role as a trainer is to teach advocates skills and theories that they might use in the line of duty, I often find that the advocates teach me much more. This podcast is my nod to the brilliant people who attend my workshops and open my eyes to new ideas every day. I'm Dr. Kate Watson, and this is Advocate Insights. Welcome back, folks. I just finished up a very brief training with some undergraduate students, and it's a different kind of group for me. I often train professionals out in the field, people who work full-time. They have a lot of experience already. And so it was neat to have a group of undergraduate students who are not yet in the field where they might be using some of the skills that I was speaking about. So for them, it's all sort of theoretical. It's like I'm teaching things that they haven't seen yet, thought of yet, encountered in any way, shape, or form. And I guess I'm just preparing them that they might at some point in their careers encounter these scenarios. And we were talking about not imposing advice or solutions or problem solving on the folks who they work with or will work with. And maybe I should have expected this, but there was a bit of alarm in the group. And I think it was a really important moment of grounding for me, because I do spend so much time with people who've been doing this work a long time. And so when I talk about, let's not give unsolicited advice, most people in my trainings nod and say, right, I know that doesn't work. And when I was training this group of undergraduate students, the surprise that they showed me took me by surprise. When I saw how surprised they were that I was suggesting they not just give advice and problem solve and make suggestions to people, it gave me a little disoriented feeling that I haven't had in a while. And I thought, okay, we're going to have to really go back to the basics, really go back to the beginning. And many of them were firing questions at me like, so what? I should just do nothing? When someone's in need, I should just do nothing. I should just be a brick wall. I should just not offer them anything and just not care. And I said, by nature of your question, I think you want to help. And the only definition of help you can conceive of right now is one where you have all the answers and you give the answers to people. And I said, all I want to do is assist you in being a better helper. Of course I want you to help people. Of course I do not want you to just sit there and do nothing and not care. In no way, shape, or form is that the goal. What I'm saying is help might look a little different than you thought. You might have a definition of help that is limited. And I want to share with you some other possibilities, other things that you could do that might in fact be more helpful than your limited definition of help, which just involves giving people information or education or resources or advice or suggestions or solutions. That's actually quite limited. And if you think about it, most information, most resources, even most advice that you might want to give a person is stuff they could have found through a Google search, right? You can Google most problems, most dilemmas, and a resource will pop up, an article will pop up, a YouTube video. And I'm not saying it's all good, but neither is the advice we give, right? So no, whether a human is giving advice or the internet is giving advice, regardless, a lot of it could be good, a lot of it could be bad. My point is, as the human, there's something you can offer that a Google search cannot. And why not offer people that? Why not offer people empathy? The Google search is not going to do that. When you type your problem into the Google search box, Google doesn't spit out a response that says something like, "Oh, wow, that must be really hard for you." No, Google doesn't do that. Why not offer people affirmation? See some good in them. Tell people you value them. Help people feel dignity. I don't know that Google is doing that for us. You can build real connections with people that help them feel supported. I'm not sure how well Google can do that. And so when you think about options for helping, let's think way beyond two options, right? Because I think a lot of us are stuck in this black and white thinking where I either tell people what to do or I do nothing at all. And those are my two options. Wrong. Those two options exist in the extremes. All the way in one extreme, you're zapping people of their voice and their power by telling them what they should do, by pushing them to do things faster than they want to do them, by giving them information they already have. And that one extreme over there, I wish you could see me using my hands because I'm pointing to the right. That one extreme over there is where people feel disempowered, dismissed, invalidated, judged, etc. The other extreme, let's call it all the way on the left, is when we just say, well, I guess there's nothing else I can do. We throw our hands up in the air. We say, if you don't want my advice, I guess you're on your own. And we just do nothing else. In between the extreme right and the extreme left is a whole world of helping people that is available to us. Lots of shades of gray. And in that space, we can learn to be affirming, validating, even comforting, empowering. There are so many things we can do in that middle ground. Anyway, I want to thank the group of students who allowed me to speak about this because they afforded me the opportunity to remember that very basic idea that help can look many different ways. It isn't just tell people what to do or don't tell people what to do. There are maybe a million options in between. And I'm going to get the chance to meet with them again, actually a handful of times, to keep revisiting this. And I'm essentially making it my goal to show them the options in between the extreme right and the extreme left. And to the other listeners out there, whether you are a seasoned professional, someone who's new in the field, or someone who's going into the field, I encourage you to give some thought to what you can offer as a human that the internet or some resource guide or some pamphlet cannot offer. You are valuable way beyond the information you have or the resources you have. Those things are nice and all, and I'm not saying they're worthless. I'm just saying you have way more value than that. And I hope you wake up every day, put your shoes on, go to work, and tap into those things that only you can provide people. Only a warm, compassionate person can provide. Thanks for all the work that you do, folks. This has been an Advocacy Academy production.